Hey guys, Ben here and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the DCU because we got a Comic-Con rumor in regards to films and TV shows showing up at San Diego Comic-Con this year. So obviously that would mean trailers, that would mean teasers, that would mean the cast members coming out. So if you do go on to enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like and a comment and subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future DCTV videos later this year. Okay, so shout out to all of you who've been watching my recent videos, and for those of you who join in on my Thursday live streams, I really appreciate all the support, and shout out to Nathan for winning the giveaway. That's going to be sent to you sometime very soon. I'm going to message you, Nathan, once again about that. But for now, we're going to talk about this first main topic. We got two topics to talk about. One is to do with San Diego Comic-Con and the potential presence of the DCU there. But also we have an update in regards to one of the new DC TV shows that will kickstart the new DCU that James Gunn and Peter Safran is building, that being of course Creature Commandos. We're going to go into that in just a bit, but let's go to the San Diego Comic-Con topic first. So a fan online sent in a graphic of potentially what could be, you know, like a main panel day in Hall H. However, it's very fake. Like, you can tell straight away it's fake. It's not professionally designed. And yeah, so clearly this fan has made it up, and James replied, it is not, it's completely made up, in regards to him asking, is this true? But basically, if you go over the graphic, it says Peter Safran will be there, James Gunn, Matt Reeves, so it would include all of them. But, you know, likelihood is, and I wanted to bring up this topic because I want to talk, are we going to get anything significant at Comic-Con this year? So could we get the likes of James Gunn and Peter Safran there, the two co-leads of the DCU? And I think, in all honesty, yeah, is probably the best answer, because obviously they would have shot a lot by then. They are filming in March. San Diego Comic-Con is always at the end of July, so they've got a long time. They would have footage by then. They would be able to release at least a teaser if they wanted. Obviously they don't have to go to Comic-Con. There is no obligation that DC has to be there. They've scaled back their presence in the last however many years since COVID, because obviously San Diego Comic-Con was shut down. And then the next year, and basically like the first year it came back, it wasn't super popular. There was barely any panels there. It just didn't have the same exposure for studios to make it actually worth it to get all the cast and crew there and basically put on like a huge show. So that hasn't gone on in a while in terms of DC having a huge presence. Yes, there's been like The Rock showing up for Black Adam, and there's been a few other things, but it's never been anything huge since 2019. Actually, that's the year that I went to San Diego Comic-Con. That was the final year that the Arrowverse was there, so obviously a big DC presence. But this year, could there be a big DCU presence in terms of those in charge of DC Studios and the cast members? Now, I'm going to say most likely, yeah, there's a high possibility, but that's only if James Gunn values Comic-Con, and I definitely think he does value San Diego Comic-Con, because it's always been a good kind of place where you can kickstart some projects, build hype, and especially with Creature Commandos coming out later in the year, which we'll talk about, surely they're going to want to release an official trailer around this time with, you know, hit in July, and then say, you know, Creature Commandos coming out later in the year. It just makes a lot of sense. But also in the graphic is supposedly a panel with James Gunn and Peter Safran. That would make a lot of sense to have like a conversation with the two co-leads of the DCU, because obviously they can, you know, dish out their thoughts and updates in regards to what they announced previously. Obviously it's been over a year since they announced the DCU. We've yet to get anything from the DCU. Obviously Creature Commandos is kicking it off this year, so we don't have to wait too long. But if DC and Warner Brothers wanted to go full out, they could this year, because they've got a fair amount of projects that are either in works, like The Penguin. That TV show obviously could get a trailer, because it's supposed to come out, I believe, sometime early next year or maybe late in this year. I know there was some big delays because of the SAG strikes and the writer strikes, and so they had to stop and they restarted, and basically I believe they're close to finishing. I don't know the ins and outs of the Penguin right now, but you've also got Waller, that's obviously going to start production sometime soon. We know James Gunn has finished writing Peacemaker Season 2. You got Superman Legacy, which is gearing up to start shooting in March, and by the time of July they're going to have a lot of footage by then. I don't know if they're going to be finished by then, but they're going to be like fair ways into shooting that film. So all of these projects, including the Batman Part 2, which obviously would make sense if Matt Reeves was there, I believe these projects, even though, you know, some of them are at like a much better stage than others, and some are like still in pre-production, probably some will still be in pre-production, or even not in pre-production. Like, there's a chance that Waller and Peacemaker take a backseat as we go into like Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. That could be the next big project to go later this year. Obviously James has teased 2 projects that will start filming sometime this year, or at least, you know, get quite a lot under the way. And so, yeah, what do you guys think about all of this? Let me know. Do you think they should go to Comic-Con, or should they do another DC fandom? They're not doing that because they didn't do it last year. So, you know, I don't think they see the value in something just completely online. So there's clearly value in doing something with like an in-person event, and Comic-Con is like the best place to do that. Obviously they don't have their own version of like what Disney does, where they have their own kind of convention, teasing their own stuff, or like Star Wars Celebration. There should be some sort of like DC Celebration, which DC Fandom was, but obviously that was just online because of, you know, the current circumstances during that time. And so now it would be actually a good time, in my opinion, to start something new if they don't want to go to Comic-Con and share, you know, the attention with all the other studios, all the other projects. So why not create your own DC Celebration, just like Star Wars has and just like Disney has with their own expos that they hold. So yeah, what do you think about this? Let me know down in the comments below. I'm really looking forward to seeing your opinions, because I'm a big fan of Comic-Con. I've been meaning to go back for a while now. Like I said, I went in 2019, and that was like the last Arrowverse year, so I really did pick a good time to go. But let's move on to our final main topic of today's video. This is in regards to Creature Commandos. So the Weasel actor Sean Gunn, James Gunn's brother, is going to be starring in this film. We saw him in the Suicide Squad before. He's actually confirmed that we have Creature Commandos coming out in the fall. So there you go, that's your release window for Creature Commandos, the first DCU project to come out. This is the quote: "I like as much as possible to go up and down the spectrum with movies and do really big projects and really small projects, and I'm doing a couple of little ones, a couple of little indies that I'm going to shoot in the next month or two, and then some bigger stuff with my brother that I can't quite talk about yet. But we have Creature Commandos coming out in the fall, which is amazing, and I just can't wait for an audience to see, and just a bunch of cool stuff, so keep your eye out." So there you go, that is official confirmation that Sean Gunn has confirmed. He plays Weasel, as I said, in the Suicide Squad. He's supposedly going to be showing up in Creature Commandos, now has confirmed that it's going to be released in the fall. Now the fall can be from October up till like late November, really. That's like kind of your normal time period for when a TV show comes out. Full period normally aims for around like mid-October. That's always the best point where kind of networks start to release stuff, but obviously this is not a network TV show. Creature Commandos is going to be released on Max, and so that means they can release it at any point. It can be closer towards December, or it could be at the start of the fall and the start of autumn, like sometime in September. But I'm going to say October is a good guess if he is saying fall, because that's just traditionally when shows would kind of come back, or they would kickstart their new season. So looking forward to Creature Commandos. Obviously we got a lot to look forward to with that being the first DCU project, as we talked about many times before. But what do you guys think about this? Are you excited for the 7-episode Creature Commandos coming out in the fall on Max? Or are you more excited about the prospect of seeing a trailer of Superman Legacy, even if it's just like a small teaser trailer at San Diego Comic-Con. And what else would you like to see there? Would you like to see a big presence by DC, or would you prefer, just like me, for them to start their own kind of DC celebration? It would just be an amazing event in my opinion. They could bring back so many old actors who have worked on the shows and the films, but also you can tease the future, and that is super exciting. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to leave a like and a comment if you enjoyed the video. It would really help this video out. Also subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos, and you can click on the top right corner of the screen to watch my latest video, and I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.
I see red.